Don't you just love these people who say something incredibly stupid, and then when you call them on it, they try to turn their argument around to make it seem like they didn't even say that, or they just ignore the fact that they said that? I was talking to somebody today, and he's one of those typical Fox News watching, Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity listening to, right-wing Republican conservative, born-again Christians. You know the type. Well, he said he's also one of those people who like to blame President Obama for all of the problems in the world, past, present, and future. He said every time you listen to Obama, he's always talking about corporations should give to people and how they owe people things. He's always bringing up black and white issues and gay issues. Basically, the guy was blaming Obama for all this stuff. And I called him on it. I said, no, these problems have been around for years. These problems have been around since long before President Obama took office. They've been around since long before he probably even thought about becoming the president. Now, mind you, I'm no Obama supporter, nor am I against him. I don't think he's a great president, and I don't think he's a bad president. I believe the thing that he's going to be most famous for in our history books is being the first black president. That's probably going to be it, unless he does something really spectacular in the next few years. Anyway, I called him on that, and he said, I said, these problems have been around long before Barack Obama became president. You can't blame him. It's not his fault. He says, oh, yeah, I know, but that's all he ever talks about. All he ever talks about is corporations, how they owe people, and black and white issues and gays. I said, no, that's all you choose to hear when he talks. I said, listen to what the man's actually saying. He talks about a lot more stuff. And then he stops. Conversation goes on for another minute or so, and he stops and looks at me and says, let me ask you something. Why do you work? Okay, I'm thinking, where is this going? I said, well, I work to make money so I can pay my bills and buy food just like anybody else. He says, exactly. That's what corporations are doing. They're just making money. I mean, somebody starts a business, it becomes big, it becomes a corporation, he's making money. Corporations don't owe people anything. That's what this is all about. Then what the hell does that have to do with what you originally said, trying to put the blame on everything in the world on President Obama? Has absolutely nothing to do with what you originally said. He's just trying to turn his argument around so he doesn't look like such the freaking jackass idiot that he is. Now I have another story. A little bit later, I was talking to some people about the tragic bombings in Boston yesterday. I heard about them on the news. I turned on the TV. It was about 45 minutes after the attack, and I was getting ready to go out, so I'm listening to it as I'm getting dressed. I'm thinking, well, this is horrible. Well, I turned off the news and I walked out of my apartment, the door right over there. I walked to the street, and about a block up the street, it was blocked off. Fire trucks, police cars, just all manner of emergency vehicles. Police tape around about 2 or 3 buildings. I live in an apartment complex with a lot of buildings. The police tape was around about 2 or 3 entire buildings going across the street, just blocking everything off. You couldn't get in or out. Well, I saw this right after I heard about Boston. And of course, that first couple seconds in my mind, I thought, oh my God, are these related? Then I realized there's a bunch of gawkers standing around. It was an apartment fire. Well, anyway, I'm telling some people at work this little story, this little anecdote of mine, and somebody that was there just happened to be listening or just happened to be in the room. They pop up, yeah, everybody thinks we can solve all the problems by owning guns, and it doesn't help. What the hell does that have anything to do with what I was talking about? Not a goddamn thing. So I figured maybe she was referring to the bombings in Boston. Again, what does that have to do with anything related to the Boston bombings? There were no guns used in those attacks. People, if you're going to say something incredibly stupid, just don't. Okay, please? For the benefit of our sanity. Just think before you open this hole in the front of your mouth. Otherwise, a lot of times you're just going to end up making yourself sound like a total dumbass. See ya.